All right, everyone, how you guys doing tonight, today, wherever you're from in this beautiful effing world? So welcome to Beer and Cheese Tuesday, and we have a wonderful crew here, a wonderful panel, and it's going to be fun. A nice full panel. I love it. Thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you, Chad. Also, when you start popping in, thank you for stopping by. Let me turn this down. Shit. Yeah, so we're gonna go clockwise. In the back, we've kind of showed each other some cheese, and Nina just showed up, so I'm very happy. So glad you're here, and I'm happy with Flaco. Thank you so much for being here. You're probably your first time, right? Isn't it? Probably first time ever. I love it.
First time on Cheese Tuesday. Yep, first time.
Like a virgin.
Had a hell of a Vegas trip, so he's back. He's slamming it, so we're good. Cool dudes. Dudette. We're gonna go with we got Bumpy Road, we got Thrash Metal Home Brew and Barbecue. Bumpy Road Brewery, excuse me. Thrash Metal Home Brew and Barbecue. We got Flaco's Beer Reviews. We got Miscellaneous Magnets. Is that the name of your channel, Flaco?
Flaco's Beer Review.
Flaco's Beer Reviews. We have Miscellaneous Magnets, which is his channel, and we have Nina Yorty is actually her channel, but this is Nina Yo 401. So right on. We're gonna start with Bumpy. We'll go ahead and go, and yeah, go ahead and take off. Right on.
All right. Well, first thing I'll because I think that the beer may be a little bit more powerful than this cheese. From Cracker Barrel, I have their aged reserve cheddar cheese. It looks like a stick of butter. It really does.
Butter.
And it kind of cut like butter too. It kind of had a stickiness to it as I was cutting through. It wanted to keep sticking to the knife. So, but that's what the slices look like. I'm gonna go ahead and smells like cheddar cheese. A little bit of a almost like a sour footiness to it. And I don't know how else you describe the smell of it. It smells cheesy. Kind of like I guess you guys have all had those cheese balls, the cheese puffs, whatever. It's kind of the same thing. I think they use cheddar cheese on that, but it's like an orange powder. Kind of has that smell to it, but this one's got a little bit more of a funky sour note. All right.
Sure. Chew.
Don't talk to your mouth full.
Yeah, so this one, it's an aged reserve. First off, it doesn't have like that dryness to it. It is a very moist and sticky, and it does have the flex to it. So it's not crumbly like you would think. Like the picture shows this like being all crumbly and stuff. It's not crumbly at all.
Oh.
It's very buttery, milky, sticky, moist. It's like Sesame Street. The word today is moist.
Okay.
Huh.
Nice.
Any sharpness? Ow.
Yeah, it has the tangy type bite that you would find out of like a Vermont, like sharp cheddar. It's just not drying and stuff like that. It still has that kind of moist consistency to it.
Interesting.
But yeah, it's got the cheddar bite to it, the sharp cheddar bite to it. But the way it plays, it almost eats like the consistency of like a Gouda. It's got that kind of creamy richness, stickiness to it.
Huh. Nice.
It's interesting. Not bad. Crackers and cheese, perfectly fine with that. But I do prefer kind of like with a sharper cheddar to have that kind of drying bite. Dry the palate, have more of that crumbly cheese. So not a big fan of the flavor to mouth consistency with this one, but the flavors are perfectly fine. It's a great cheese to eat by itself, and like I said, there's some crackers and stuff on there too. The beer that I'm going to pair with this one, this is Ring King Pineapple IPA from Smut Labs, which is Smutty Nose Brewery's side project brewery. They actually now have a secondary brewery. So this actually comes out of Dover, New Hampshire. They overtook, there was a brewery in Dover, New Hampshire called Seventh Settlement. They went under. So Smut Labs basically bought their brewing establishment to their side project here. With Smut Labs. Smutty Nose is out of Hampton, New Hampshire. So, but let's go ahead and try this one. It comes in at 7.1% ABV. It's a couple weeks old. I do not know the IBUs, and I've never had this one either, so I don't know what to expect. I don't know what kind of IPA it is. It's gonna be like a West Coast IPA, pineapple forward, if there's actually pineapple flavor in it. I do not know. So it does not look like a New England style IPA. It has kind of a rocky white head, medium bubbles. The coloration is kind of pineapple yellow. It does have a clarity to it. There's a little bit of a haziness, but for the most part, it's kind of clear. The aromas doesn't strike me as pineapple right up front. It's almost a little bit of like a mango, tail end pineapple. A little bit of a malty nose at first was what I was noticing. It was kind of on the bready side, white bread out of the malt. As I smell it more and more, the pineapple is making more of a presence in my nostrils. But yeah, kind of mango was the first hint of fruit that I picked up, but the pineapple is starting to shine through a little bit. A little bit more. Yep. All right. So kind of now it's starting to kind of smell more like the canned pineapples. You get the pineapple rings. It's kind of got that aroma going on. All right. First week. Cheers.
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 Cheers, man.
Cheers.
All right. So no real malt presence, a little bit of a crackery type malt, if I had to say anything at all for the malt, because the malt really doesn't shine through all that much in the flavor. It does have a pineapple juice flavor to it, so there is a good amount of pineapple in this one. There is a slight bitterness at the end, but it's not like this is kind of clear. So you start thinking like maybe like West Coast IPA type, but it's not bitter like a West Coast IPA. Bitterness is coming off more or less like a New England IPA, but it's nothing like a New England IPA.
So say that again.
Say it again.
Yeah, please.
So it's
the trips.
all right. So it's clear. It's very pineapple forward in the flavors as far as like pineapple juice. There's a bittering finish to it, but it's kind of like a mild bitterness. The bitterness doesn't even really linger on. You kind of just get it melds in with like the pineapple flavor.
Okay.
The bitterness comes off more like a New England IPA as far as how highly bittering it is. But it's not like a New England IPA flavor type beer. So it is, I don't know, it's like a weird crossbreed because it's not like West Coast. It's not super bitter like a West Coast IPA is.
So it's kind of like a like a juicy bomb, but it's got a little bit of that West Coast bitter in it. Kind of like that.
Yeah. Cause, I mean, it's not like such a juice bomb like you'd find in a lot of like New England IPAs, but it is there is a pineapple. It's kind of like a pineapple juice. Like you could have like a canned pineapple if you pour some of the juice in. So it's got that flavor. But it's not like a silky smooth body or anything like that. You're not picking up on a lot of like the malt flavor. There's not like an oat or wheat type of flavor or mouthfeel coming through on it. It's
Right.
clear, like I said, clear, kind of like you think of a West Coast IPA, kind of, maybe East Coast IPA, but it's just pineapple. It's like a beer that was like just has pineapple juice added to it, and then there's like a bittering hop.
Cool.
That's not like a high IBU or something. So not bad. It kind of drinks more like a pale ale than an IPA, actually. I guess that'd be a better reference than trying to compare it to a New England IPA. As far as bitterness, more like a pale ale.
Yeah, follow you now on that.
Pineapple beer.
How'd it go? Did you do it together yet with the cheese?
Not yet. Yeah, it's got a light body, medium carbonation.
Cool.
All right, let's do it with the cheese.
Sorry I asked so many questions. I'm very interested in that beer.
No problem.
Do you know the ABV of that beer?
7.1.
7.1.
7.1.
So you gotta be paying attention.
I missed that one.
Perfect ABV.
I'm the one that asked the questions to be repeated or the answers to be repeated.
I'm chewing on my cheese.
Yeah, I mean with the cheese. So after drinking the beer, I can eat the cheese. I get the same cheese notes coming through as if I didn't drink the beer. Chewing the cheese, drinking the beer together. Pineapple notes don't come through as much, but it still drinks like a decent like pale ale. I'm going to call it. And then
Nice.
at the tail end, the cheese does bite back and come through with some of that kind of sharp cheddar type note. That little bit of a. I don't really want to call it funky. I don't know what to call it. It's sharpness. It's got that cheddar. It's got that cheddar sharpness. So it does bite back, come through with the beer. So yeah, they pair well together as far as balance. Another one, it doesn't really. One doesn't enhance the other. It's just the cheese balances with the beer, so neither one is really overtaking the other one. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
That was nice. That was good.
Cheers.
That was good.
Cheers.
I can dig it. Pretty good.
Cheers.
Seriously interested in that beer, though.
Seriously interested in that beer.
Okay, I
Oh,
know we
man.
have
That was good.
6 people total on here. Everyone's got to get through it. Since I kind of asked Bumpy to kind of repeat some things, we'll go ahead and just cruise through mine. Okay. So tonight we
Can you
have.
repeat that?
I'm gonna go through it real quick.
Yeah.
From
So good.
Fort Noses Brewing Company out of Broomfield, Colorado, here home state. This is the Perfect Drift. It's a German style pilsner. Poor fish.
Hey,
Nice.
You
That's
know,
cool.
Go ahead and yeah.
Love it. Love that sound.
You can pour it pretty fast for a pilsner. And I mean, it's very effervescent, but the head's not like when you're pouring like a Helles, it just goes crazy, you know. So let me go and we'll let this sit for a minute. We'll go through the cheese. So tonight we got from Kroger, we got the Orange Rind Munster cheese slices. Very nice. And Bumpy.
No,
Not
no.
white?
Yeah. That's
So
cool.
it comes in the slices. It's got the orange rind around the outside of it. Munster on the smell is very light. I mean, you can.
Yeah.
It's not an overpowering cheese. It's not like you're getting into something like a smoky something. This is very light. It's like a pepper jack without the pepper. You know, it's very, very light, very, very creamy type cheese when you chew on it. So let's go ahead and jump into it.
Huh.
This version of it, very rubbery. So,
they tend to be.
Oh man.
So
Word of the day.
at least I didn't say.
The M
Moist.
word.
The cheese it's pretty rubbery. It's not dry. Does have some consistency to it, but when you chew on it a bit, after it breaks down low, you get that creaminess. You get that creaminess with it. So let's go ahead and check the head out on this guy. Very pretty beer. Color looks different in the camera. It looks more orangey on the camera. This is actually more lemony. Let me bring up the specs. I went ahead and did a review sheet on this, so we'll go ahead and cruise through this real quick. It's this is the can-on date on this one is January 10th, 2020.
Right. Can you repeat that one again? 19
Old ass beer.
It's a German style Pilsner, 4.5%, very crushable, very sessionable. The hop profile on this is only 25 IBUs. We'll skip the brewer's comments on it. It's actually named after one of their friends that's an avid fisherman, so that's where the fly fishing stuff comes up. The beer's clarity is brilliant, clear and crystal. The head's white, fluffy, very dissipating with medium effervescence within the beer. Basic notes is sweet corn-like, hay straw, floral hops. This is one of the better German-type Pilsners that I've had in a while, in any of the Pilsners, actually. Citrus notes on this is very lemony. You get some orange in it. That's why I picked the Munster orange rind cheese with it to see if it would help bring it out. It actually does. I've already had the beer. If you haven't
Very
guessed, the beer notes. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
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 All right.
Beer notes is very bready. You get biscuit. You get very citrusy notes out of this thing. Very nice. It balances out the malts very well with that citrus lemony kind of taste that it has, but it's not overwhelming. It's not like smelling lemon pledge.
Nice.
Nothing like that.
Right.
The intensity is mild, very delicate, and the beer's finish is dry, fruity, very sweet, non-alcoholic. The beer's mouthfeel is smooth and tingly. Carbonation level is champagne-like, very prickly on the tongue. I mean, it just envelops your mouth very well as a Pilsner should. And the beer's body is light, delicate, and wispy. So,
Oh.
No pineapple.
no pineapple.
Now, if you were to eat my cheese with that beer, do you think that beer could soak up the moist from my cheese?
It could, because it's very dry. Let's go ahead and put them together.
Sounds like a match made in heaven. Huh?
Yeah, so the reason why I did it is the profile that I found online for this thing was really pushing the citrusy portion of it. So when I was looking at the cheese, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to go for, and this Munster cheese really stuck out because of the orange rind type part of it. So here we go. Put them together. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Salute.
The cheese is having a hard time breaking down, but it does go very well. Very light cheese with a very light wispy beer. They go very well together.
Wow.
I think with the lightness and the non-overwhelming taste of the cheese, it really lets the flavors come through in the beer. At the same time, the beer is not heavy enough to really interfere with the cheese itself, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, it went very well. This might get a better score than I thought it was going to be.
Nice.
All right, guys, cheers.
Cheers, man.
Nice.
That's awesome. Sounds
Now,
good.
can you repeat the whole thing from the beginning?
Yes.
Oh, you got the
Not moist, no pineapple.
no more snow pineapple.
But I'm very interested in that beer.
That's
Four
awesome.
noses, man.
Oh, we're good. We're good. Sorry, I was having.
Cool. Mine
That's
was only
great.
what,
That
less
sounds
than 10 minutes? Sweet.
No, that was good. No, you can take all the time you want here, man. We're good. We got Flaco here, man. It's first time on here, man. I'm looking
Welcome.
forward to this. So good to have you here, man. Love you, man.
What's that?
A lot of mans there.
Uh-oh.
So I got today for you guys, man. I got the good old taco market Mexican goat cheese right here. And see, the thing about this is once you crack this goat cheese up, it no
Doesn't look
longer
like
stays in
goat
the whole
cheese,
piece. It
Flaco.
crumbles. So you got to put it in the bag right there.
That looks
like
like no,
cocaine.
no,
Oh, that's
no.
that crumbly goat cheese. No, this is not the stuff that you will get arrested for. I promise you. You know, even though it looks like that, no, it's the good stuff. It's the good cheese, man.
I
When you
bet.
take it out of the package, you smell thousands, right? You smell the whole farm right there. It's got a nice funkiness to it. A nice funky cheese, man. I mean, you smell all the goats on the farm on this one, man. I mean, this is straight up
Oh boy.
Mexican goat cheese right here, man. I mean, look at that.
That looks
It
like
kind
that
of
looks
has
like
a
powdered
Parmesan. Yeah, it looks like it has a Parmesan smell look to it, but it's way bigger pieces and it has a little bit more funk than Parmesan, to be quite honest, man.
Mm.
But that's what we do, man. The Mexican goat cheese.
Right.
You put this on your tacos, your anything you want, man. Anything you want, Mexican
That
goat
sounds
cheese
good.
goes with. I'm saying,
That rocks.
wrong, man. You know, you got, and you know, I'm gonna go try it out for you guys, man. Go ahead, man.
No
And
more.
that's straight heaven right there. I don't know if you guys tried goat cheese before in your life. It's the best cheese in the whole world. It has that nice little dry. I want to say dry, almost dry, but still a little bit moist taste to it. Very small pieces, but it just brings out that milkiness, that funkiness, man, and it's just a very good creamy flavor as it goes down, man. And that goes on anything. But the beer that I'm pairing it with today, the beer that we got to pair it with today, is the Coastal Conservation Ale by Carbach Brewing Company. This is a light one, guys. This is one that you sip when you're when you're fishing or when you're at the beach or whatever. And you know what? You could even sip it with this, man. You know, you're having some tacos. What better place to have tacos than at the beach? You know.
I can get down with
So we're gonna
that.
go ahead and we're gonna get right into it, and we're gonna go ahead and
Splatter.
have us a little scoop of that, a little bit of this,
You made
pour
Bumpy
it up
happy.
like that, you know.
Moist.
And you know, with my Mexican cheese, man, I like to put it on my tacos, my tortas, especially my tortas, man. The torta, if you don't know, is a big old Mexican sandwich, man. You can fill it up with all this. And you can put the queso de crema, the cream cheese on it too with this. Oh, you're in heaven on that part.
You can't
Right.
forget the spaghetti.
So, you could, like I said, Mexican goat cheese goes on everything. You can put it on hamburgers, spaghetti, whatever you want to put it on. You can put it on your wife if you want to. But look at this.
Moist.
She hit you.
It's not a last stand brewing company. This is not a last stand brewing company, but this is the Carbach, and it is very, very light. The color is a little bit darker on the camera. It is a very light straw color. Let me see if I can hold this down for you guys. Let me see. Oh, there it is. That's the
There you
color.
go.
See that light straw color? That's the color of this beer right here, man. It is beautiful. It's got a nice little tightly packed head on it there. There's no big loose bubbles on it. I mean, and the carbon is almost gone. There's nothing there that says that's popping anymore. You don't see any more bubbles in this whole thing, but it is very hazy. Very, very hazy. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, and the malt's holding that head up.
Very well, man. It's a little sweet. You the very nice sweet taste to it. This is a wit beer from the Carbach Brewing Company, so it is very weedy, very fresh, very light. There's a little lemongrass taste on it with a little bit of pepper as well. Apricot, I get off of this too.
Nice pinky.
But let's go ahead and compare this. When in doubt, pinky out. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're gonna go ahead and give us a little cheese there.
Oh, there he clips.
And that is like the perfect. That's the perfect combination, man. I mean, anytime you put me up against Mexican cheese, I'm gonna fold. The only thing that's missing in that is a little bit of barbacoa or some pastor, and we'll be in heaven right now with that. But it is good. It is good. It is amazing, bro. It's amazing. I can give this. I don't. We wait after we wait a little bit. So this is very information.
Mm.
Do we wait? Do we?
Would that cheese go well with salad?
Should I wait?
Like a table salad?
Yeah, we go back.
Oh no.
Score.
We waited on the scoring.
Oh shit! Sorry, I was So was that? Fuck! Oh my God, Lord Jesus Christ! I went to the bathroom and I was like tricking around. And,
Was it
holy
moist?
moly, thank you. It wasn't moist. I was in a lot of pain. Flaco, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. That was awesome. That was awesome, man.
Very good.
You guys, man.
Good, dude. I like that crumble. That's nice, dude.
I'm gonna have to try some of that goat cheese. Miscellaneous Spearman. You guys done goat cheese. Flaco's done goat cheese. I've never had goat cheese. I should try some goat cheese.
Yeah, dude, you
It's
got
not
it with
bad.
the sour, man.
You're missing out, man.
It's good.
It's good.
Well, what do the goats say when you know?
Just
take
don't
their
milk the male ones.
They're like, hey, man.
Right. You just don't.
You'll get
the
moist.
male ones.
Mama.
Moving on.
You will get a little bit more than moist.
Right.
Yeah,
You milk the male ones, you get a little bit more moist.
What's up, Drew?
And, the crumbled cheese comes from the females.
All right, guys. So tonight I've got a Rausch beer. I can't pronounce any of that shit on the bottle because I don't speak German. But this is their classic smoked beer. So
I saw Marzen on there.
yes, Marzen.
I see that.
So
Pronounce it
what's
wrong.
it? 5.4%. That's the bottle. So yeah, let's dive in. Haven't had one of these ever, so should be interesting.
You'll love it.
Scored fairly high on Beer Advocate, so I don't know. Sometimes that shit's crap.
Very good beer. Ooh, yum. I'm jealous.
It looks nice so far.
Man, that is a pretty beer. Very effervescent inside. 2-finger head off white. Deep, rich mahogany color. I have better lighting, but I can read text through it. I mean, for as dark a beer as this is, the clarity of it is phenomenal. Small, fast rising bubbles just shooting up through there. Head it's pretty tight. Almost a little soapy, tight knit bubbles. Let's go for the nose. Oh yes, this is gonna work perfect with the cheese I got. All right. So did some looking. This beer is actually smoked with beechwood, and you smell it, man. This smells like boar's head smoked Gouda. The beer by itself does. I mean, I'm blown away just by that. Fuck my cheese. This seems like an all-in-one inclusive type of deal. So, cheers.
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 That sounds like an all-inclusive, but man, cheers.
Isn't that smoke great?
Man, that is phenomenal. It almost has like I said, like a bacony smoked Gouda flavor on it. It's very smooth, clean tasting beer. Wow. If you guys have not tried this, highly recommended. Go get one of these. And if you like smoked Gouda or bacon Gouda, this would pair with anything. You could have this with cheeseburger, all kind of stuff, man. Anyways,
I'll have to
moving
say
on.
I don't get that in New Hampshire, so you'll have to send it to me.
Well,
Thanks,
there you
Miscellaneous.
go. Thanks for the tip. You got a box coming your way soon enough. All right, so the cheese that I've got is Paula Abby's beer cheese. So I've got a little. I have no idea what kind of cheese this was, so I have a little pop up here, and I'll tell you exactly what this is. This is a cheese flavored with beer that is truly something to savor. Our cheese is produced by an authentic recipe from Gouda using only the best Dutch milk. When we add a unique beer made according to the traditional method used by Paulus Abbey, and they also use a Paulus Abbey beer to make the cheese, and ripen the cheese for about 8 weeks until the flavor is just right. The result is a fine Dutch Gouda that blends the gentle saltiness in the warm matured cheese with a fresh, slightly bitter fruitiness of Paulus beer. A cheese that will leave you wanting more. So, go ahead and show you the cheese. It was a fucking spendy $10 block of cheese. So.
Woo! That's
She's a
fancy.
beauty. Nice.
Looks good though. Looks beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Man. Love your
You're like
dedication.
Ken.
You're awesome.
So yeah.
You're like a
Just love
pro.
listening to this. No, I love it.
Sometimes I'm
Sweet.
on my game. Sometimes I'm not. That happens.
It's all good, man.
Tonight you are on your
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Man. You are on your game tonight.
Man, the
Yeah.
cheese. You definitely get some of those Gouda aromas. Not a smoked Gouda by any means, but there is a. You can smell the beer. If you've ever had a beer cheese soup or anything like that, very reminiscent of that. Obviously, it's called beer cheese. But there is you can definitely smell the ale coming out of it. I'm interested to see. So let's try the cheese. There's supposed to be some kind of bitter fruitiness to it. So. Ooh, it is salty. Like a salty, nutty, moist. Word of the day, people. It's not a dry cheese at all.
What's up with the moist cheese, people? No, I'm just kidding.
Time of
I
year.
got some moist stuff too.
Man, I do. I am getting like a slight fruity bitterness. Like it's coming off of the beer that they made. This cheese is phenomenal as well. Definitely was worth the $9.50 I paid for it. So let's go ahead and put it together and see what happens. The cheese almost tastes like the beer, to be honest with you. So.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, man.
Salute,
Hell yeah.
guys.
That's a nice good beer, dude. That looks
Yeah,
nice.
you guys ever get the chance, get that beer. It is like, it will knock your socks off. It is so good.
I think with that beer, you actually have to say Prost because it's German, right?
What's that?
It's phenomenal.
It's a German brew, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
The beer complements the cheese very well. The flavors actually mingle. The beer brought some of the saltiness down out of the cheese, which I don't mind because it is quite salty, which I don't mind either. But the smokiness works with the richness of the cheese. You get the two different beers complement each other. The smoke, the Beechwood smoked beer, comes together phenomenally with this high-end Gouda. I'm speechless. So I'm just gonna sit back and eat my cheese and drink my beer
That's
now.
great, dude.
Cheers,
Oh,
man. Cheers, Drew. Cheers.
dude.
Keep doing that.
It don't matter.
Things mix right, you know. You guys are happy tonight. That's great. So, cool, man. We got Nina next.
Hey, man.
Hey.
Hello, Nina, and welcome.
How's it going, everyone?
Cheers, Nina.
I've been drinking the good old American hams from the land of the sky blue waters and
Northwest Engines.
Minnesota, the land of the apparent racial unrest. But other than that, it's they had that funeral today for George Floyd in Missouri. Yep, it was an interesting funeral. I caught a few minutes of that. The black funerals are always like a marvel. They're very intense, gotta say. So I had to have my my Minnesota beer to cap that off. Unfortunately, I have a clouded glass tonight, but this beer from the land of the sky blue water is one of the clearest things that'll ever touch your lips. So if you haven't had a Hamm's, then you are doing yourself an injustice and should visit your local liquor store and ask them to stock Hamm's if they don't already have it. So
haven't had one.
I don't know what you're
I
missing.
don't believe I've ever had one. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yet again,
You guys are
It's
not
in my-
American.
It's in my living room.
You're
I
not
just don't have
American.
it in the fridge yet.
ham. I mean, what can you say? Look at the head on this beer when you pour it. I gave it a nice aggressive pour, but not super aggressive. I did tilt the glass a little bit. You get this nice soapy, pillowy, marshmallowy, very white head. So I'm going to work toward my now cold cheese at this point, but it's not a problem. This can sit and still be very good. I have a beer, well, not a beer cheese, a house made from a restaurant down the street, a friend of mine. It's a Pennsylvania Dutch kind of an establishment. They have schnitzel and, they got a nice menu. They, focus on beer. So I have a little bit of their cheese, their house sharp cheddar cheese sauce that they make, which, I know most of you have your hard cheeses tonight, but I have some French fries here with my sharp cheddar house-made cheese sauce from
That's
down the
gonna be
street.
moist.
And this is definitely
yeah.
going to classify as a moist cheese. And it's kind of an adventure to eat something like this. You gotta, it can be a little runny. Now this beer, you almost get. Excuse me, I'm gonna enjoy this for a second. This cheese steals your attention. It has, I don't know if it's paprika, some kind of pepper, possibly a paprika. Obviously paprika is a pepper, a smoked pepper, but there might even be bacon in this cheese. And I'm not sure if there's a consistency to the way they make it. They might make it with their leftover ingredients, which is, a traditional way of having a house recipe. But that paprika note or smoky note, possibly bacon, is the first thing you taste. Smoke can be like that. It really wakes up your palate. And then you have that funky, cheesy, funk. I want to call it a funk because I don't think that's a problem with cheese, because cheese is a living thing that is established by, being a funk that's been established. And this particular one is sharp. And again, I like a balanced flavor, and the way that this peaks with the paprika pepper note is very pleasant. It makes you want to keep eating it. It brings you back. Stick whatever you want into this. Now, this restaurant, this summer season, they've introduced some pretzels to their menu. And when I ended up getting these French fries, they were all sold out of their pretzels. But this particular cheese, and I wish you could get a good look at this. It's a nice bright one. This would be outstanding on a pretzel. It's a nice runny.
Oh my God, that would. Damn,
go for
that's
that.
nice and runny. Sorry, I had to go to the bathroom. That's freaking amazing. I was just being honest. I'm an honest guy. I was trying to catch it.
Honesty is the best
I was
policy.
quick like
here,
Superman. I was quick like Superman, man. I'm serious. Okay.
You said that. You said that 2 reviewers ago.
Hey, man, once you break the seal, man.
Right? It just runs like a fucking river. Okay, so
we got the Hamm's beer,
the-
which is an excellent crisp beer. For the amount of corn sweetness that there is in a Hamm's beer,
Hamm's rocks.
that it doesn't really stick to your palate, but it just has that crisp finish. I think they use they have select ingredients. There are hops in this beer. There are, they use good malt that they chose. I don't think it's like 6-row barley. It might be like a finer than that, or I'm not really sure how you go and grade barley. I'm not from that part of the country, the breadbasket. But I think they use reasonably decent ingredients. They do have a corn syrup in here, which is kind of on brand with Bumpy's presentation last night of the cream beers. But this one is so crisp. So I'm going to go in for the taste and just confirm how excellent of an American treasure I have here.
Yes, ma'am.
Nice.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And pointed out by, I'm going to have to shout out Ronald Sutton about, he always points out to Ham's roastedness. There's a real complex roast for being as simple as Ham's is. And we know when it comes to an American lager, simple is perfection. And not tasting anything off is an amazing accomplishment, kind of like when America built something like the Hoover Dam. So I would put Ham's beer on par with the Hoover Dam. A crisp finishing beer that has a slight note of almost like an apple to it that is excellently balanced with the smoky malt and possibly a kiss of hops that, you're not going to say, whoa, this beer is too hoppy for me, because I don't, there might not even really be much hop in this beer. But the way that this beer is crisp on the palate, well balanced, I would put this up against Miller High Life. Very good beer. Very good beer.
I have a question. Would the Hoover Dam then be considered moist?
Well, every once in a while they have to burp the Hoover Dam, and they have a big, moist, what do you call it? Geyser coming out of the side of it, which
lips right now are not moist.
When it comes to picking up beer,
Big Bird would be so proud of all of us.
Yeah.
Or Magilla Gorilla in my case. I think when it comes to an accomplishment like a beer of this status, it needs to be enjoyed, and I think a beer like this is known for being able to be enjoyed in 10 or less sips, being as how delicious it is. So I got to go back in for my cheese because I'm officially craving that pepper note. It has to. I don't think it's bacon. I think it's a paprika, which, as we all know, is a smoked pepper from Hungary. And loving this.
That's
God
great.
bless the extra cheddar.
That's amazing. That's great. I love that.
Cheers.
That's really good. I like the runny cheese. That is amazing. I like that nice, soft, hot. Is it hot?
It was hot at one point in time. I could microwave it, but I got some
It's
old
naturally runny.
Rose, like in the chat, Flaco says the one thing that was missing in that whole thing with like the cheese fries and stuff, he said was bacon. But you mentioned that it tastes like they put bacon in that cheese dip, so I think they got that covered.
Bacon,
then.
yum.
It's a great cheese, very balanced.
That's amazing, man.
You make me want to go to a fair.
That sounds like
I want the fairs to open up.
Water.
I want to go and
Fuck,
I want to
it's
eat
my
fried
turn.
dough and pretzels.
it's your turn, bro. It's your turn.
We got Bourbon Bounty. Hey, what's up? And I want Bourbon Bounty. Good to see you. No, dude, we got some good people in the chat. Thank you all so much. I love your support. Thank you so much. This is so fun, man. I'm getting a little buzzed. I feel fucking fantastic.
This is Elmo.
So
Elmo
let's.
wants to say from
Hell yeah! Listen, I want to see your
Elmo
dog.
wants to say from Sesame Street that today's
Where's your dog?
is brought to you by the letters M.
Oh, that's Bumpy.
I.
I thought it was a dog, dude.
Moist.
I thought it was a dog. I thought you were going to get. Nina was going to get her dog or something like that. I was like, what's going on here? Dude, I was all lost, dude. Seriously. Okay.
Yeah, I'm still out there. You ever run into that scary ass Elmo in Manhattan, the one in New York? That is one of the scariest things you can ever encounter. Is that roaming around, pandering ass Elmo in Times Square.
Oh my god, man. Fuck, dude. Seriously. Dude, I got hams wrong, man. No, Rainier is the one I was thinking of. That's like the Northwest corn beer lager, whatever the hell.
Corn.
Yeah, Rainier's a mountain. That's like a mountain out in your neck of the woods, right?
Mount Rainier.
Yeah. They have we're in like the middle of, they call it like, I don't know, the devil's whatever, like in the armpit or something. But like if something blows, we're all doomed. So
the devil's
anyway,
armpit.
We're all doomed anyway. I mean, we're gonna die eventually. So
all right,
but
on
anyway,
that note, let's lighten it up.
Yeah, party on. Nice pleasantries.
So I got let me bring out my cheese now, but I'm just gonna get the beer first and do the cheese. So I brought the one from Drunken One, actually. It's a Southern Star Kolsch.
Nice.
I thought it would. I was looking this. I did some research, and and it said that the Camembert cheese was a very good one. I imagine it's like a brie or something, a softer.
I've
I've
never
never had it. And see, it has almonds on the side, so I'm figuring it might be a little nutty tasting
it came in
or
a
something
box.
like that. Yeah, it was all fancy, dude. I haven't even unwrapped it. Oh yeah, dude, it's got the mold and stuff. I can't smell it. I just smell the mold. But when I open it, it'll probably be more buttery.
Bad.
for
It's
sure.
bad. Throw it away. Throw it away.
Yeah. This is so this is from D1, man. This is from Dio. He did a nice little package out to everyone, and this is amazing of you, brother. Thank you so much for this, and I'm gonna enjoy this. I know I will. So the date on this is it's weird. 4/13/20, so it's not too old at all. 2.5 months or so, 2 months. It's a Kolsch style beer. It's a Kolsch. That's what it says. So let's put it into my Pilsner light glass, I guess. I wish I had a Stang or something. It would be really nice to throw that in there, but
It'd be all over it then. Jeez.
that head would be huge. Yeah. So this is nice looking, actually. What is the percentage on this?
Probably pretty sessionable.
5.25. Yeah, very sessionable. Kind of nice, in a nice range. Very effervescent, super very hazy. Let's go into so we got about a finger head. Let's go into the smell. The kind of a biscuit breadiness, kind of a lemon tint to it. It's very active. It's very punctual. It's really pushing up through my nose. I can feel the CO2 going through my nose. It's very effervescent. White head. The lacing's already starting to form. A beautiful looking beer. Good God. Hazy. It's not, which, is to some extent is acceptable in a Kolsch. So a very effervescent beer, fast rising bubbles. It's a golden color. It's a yellow hay-like color. Probably at the lower end of the SRMs. Very nice. Let's drink it. Yeah, kind of poppy, kind of you get the fast rising, like the carbonation is it's like a it's like a high carbonation, like a boom bang, and then it settles out and gives you kind of a lemon floral kind of like a wet hay, not that barnyard though, not like kind of like a
moist hay,
grassy floral, moist. Okay. Yeah, but a grassy floral lemon balmy kind of like ness to it. A very
lemongrass.
Lemongrassiness is better. Where is my description today? Yeah, lemongrass. Very nice though. I like this a lot. Thank you, Bumpy. Very nice. I like it. So let's taste some more.
Cheers, man.
Salute.
Cheers. Very smooth. Kind of a dry finish too. Dry finish, fast, kind of a medium, fast to medium finish. Kind of a quick finish, actually. Kind of medium fast. So let's see what this works. We've got that citrusy kindness going here. So I don't know. Let's figure it out. I didn't open it prior, so tear into it.
I have to buy some of those. I've seen those. I thought they were like always like cut up cubes.
That's a Brew?
Oh shit! It's a Camembert, like a Brie. It's soft. It's got that, and it's got the moldy exterior. The skin, and it's not bad to eat. You can eat that shit. It's not gonna hurt you. You might get a little diarrhea or something. But,
no, it's a free penicillin shot.
Yeah,
stop your diarrhea.
It'll just stop you from getting.
It'll give you diarrhea.
I'll break out in a rash. I'm allergic to penicillin.
Oh, me too, Bumpy.
Are you really? Oh, shit.
I am. Yeah,
Great.
my throat will close up.
Oh, then take the insides of it.
We need to send some to you.
I'm eating the mold on Brie. It didn't do nothing to me.
That's a pasty beer, like you're eating Elmer glue. But it's very
Moist.
lathering on the mouth. It is moist. It's actually pretty dry. You have to kind of put your spit into it to kind of move it around. I know that sounds gross, but
It's life.
Put your back in
it's
it.
milky. It's creamy. Yeah, it does have a kind of citrus, like a bitter kind of citrus, like not bitter, like just that springiness on the palate, like you're getting. It's really nice. I can see where this would go really good with the citrusy of the Kolsch. I think it'd be really nice. Let's bite into this, drink the Kolsch.
It's probably the mold. It's got that tartness that's doing that.
Tart.
Yeah.
The inside is very milky and kind of tangy.
Nice.
It's a tangy feel, yeah. It definitely blends well. The biscuit, not the biscuit, it's the biscuit. More of a cracker bready. That comes out more with the malts come out more. Let's say that much.
Cool.
The hops kind of go aside. The bitterness, anything like that. Kolsch's usually have like a 6-minute bitter anyway. So, and I mean, there's not a whole lot involved. They're very simple. But this, I mean, that just my understanding. But it's very nice. This is a very citrusy, soft, smooth, buttery like cheese mixed with a very citrusy, forward kind of style beer, and it's very nice. The acids work very well together. The everything kind of mend well. Everything kind of puts together well. I really like this. I'm very glad I did some research. So cheers, man. Cheers. This is very good.
Cheers, beer man. Good call. Good
Cheers.
choice.
Yeah,
Very well put.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I didn't drink that beer with you either, and I had that as well, and you hit it right on the nail there with the
wow.
the malt and the lemon definitely shines through that.
Nice, yeah, very good.
I was saying when I brewed my Kolsch, that's kind of what I was going for was that beer. And mine unfortunately turned into butter.
Well, you did a 60-minute where you probably maybe you were thinking like a 90-minute, so that would like actually.
Well, it was
off.
more the fermentation where I left it out in the hot climate.
Okay, right on.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's cool. Awesome.
It's always good to screw up so you can learn.
Yeah, are you kidding? That's the way you learn, man. That's the way it is.
You also can learn some pretty good lessons by the people who take that like near-death learning experience and they can pass that on. We don't all need to make that mistake.
Like Brian over here, he's seen a lot, he's done a lot, he's heard a lot. So has Bumpy, but Brian's seen a lot of different styles. So I think it's really cool that I've gotten a lot of advice and information from both these guys. So I really appreciate you dudes. So hell yeah.
Love you,
dude.
man. Want you to
I
get
love
started
you
right,
too.
man.
Hell yeah, dude. I don't want to look like an idiot. So not too much. I like sometimes it's fun.
Beer man,
But,
if you have any pastry shells at home, you can take a square of pastry shell, take a little wedge of that cheese, stick it in the pastry, put a little dab of jam if you have it in there, fold it up and bake it, and you get a little camembert brie pouch with jam coming out. It's put it on a
that
cracker.
sounds good.
Yeah.
That's
Pastries with Nina.
Bacon with that would be fucking phenomenal.
Why not?
Oh,
Add that to your channel.
Nina.
Start making
Right.
some strange ass pastries and
stress pastries.
I've got some brie. Maybe I'll do that next time around.
It's
You
just
don't bake
pastry
points.
Thursday.
Um,
All right.
Moistless baking with Nina.
hey, I think it's worth mentioning that Julia Child's favorite food was the McDonald's French fry.
the McDonald's French fry is really good until, and I don't know why they stopped it. Wendy's, when they came out with the sea salt fries, those were phenomenal. Wendy's sea salt fries.
I don't know. I think right now
Wendy's fries
Wendy's
are good.
Wendy's and like Carl's Jr. Hardee's are in like a competition for like last and grossest place in
Right.
fast food. Ever since Dave Thomas died and the salad bar went away. I mean, even serving beer at that point.
Dave Thomas is the salad bar now.
Oh, Molson.
Oh man, that was
Poor
good.
guy.
That was good, drunken one. That was real good, man. Man, we got some great people in here. Man. You
Yeah,
guys
the
are cool.
Flaco,
You guys-
very good
Real
review.
quick
That
before we go
cheese.
to the scores, Beer
Yeah,
Man
let's do
and
this.
a few of us have received packages from the drunken one who's in the chat right now. You rock, man. I finally
Oh, yeah.
received my package, and I just have to show you. I'm going to be doing an unboxing video, so stay tuned.
Fuck.
We'll see how it goes.
Depends. Like, see, you guys brought that McDonald's fry up. They used to actually, back in the day, they used to actually fry the McDonald's fries in beef tallow with 100% vegetable oil, which was like completely not healthy, and they did used to taste a lot different back in the day before they switched over to what they do now.
See,
Just
mine
another
were
side
More
note.
more unhealthy, but
last
much
time I
better
went
tasting.
to Mickey D's, my fries were cold and stiff. I was like, that's their fault. They put that in the microwave, damn it. Fresh.
Yeah.
So you always got to ask for like extra special stuff so that it's nice and hot. That's the trick I always learned with
You ever
fast
tried to
food.
put a McDonald's French fry in the microwave when you got home?
Oh,
Blow up like
fucking
freaking
heck
jack
no.
nuts.
Your teeth be broken, man. It's like,
You see, Beer Man, when I worked at McDonald's as a teenager, I made people happy because I made some great
Happy Meal.
great food.
cheers, Rod. All right, it's good to have you, bro. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you want a giant spicy chicken with a with a what is that, a McDouble? There you go. You got
That
beef and
sounds
chicken and
good
everything.
right
Now I'm
now,
gonna
man.
push it into a box for you. There you go.
I like McDonald's, man. The Big Mac is the shit.
Yeah, everybody loves
I was actually the
McDonald's
first.
don't love
I was probably one of the first ones to make the McGangbang. You know, before
The
it was an actual thing.
McGangbang.
Yeah.
You never had
I've
that?
only ordered one of those. Only ordered a McDangle.
I was told I would be fired if I did it again.
Did they call it the Mick Gangbang?
Is that what they call
Yeah,
it
the McGangbang.
menu?
No, I swear to God.
You get the crispy chicken sandwich, and then you take like the quarter pounder, and you put the quarter pounder and the chicken sandwich together in one sandwich, so you get like this. Yeah.
Yep.
The gangbang.
Bang.
Yeah, I did that for one of my
That's no bullshit. You can.
one of my friends when I was a teenager.
What?
So do you order
and then the manager said, I know what you did. If you do that again, you're fired.
So they didn't have people come through the drive-thru that said, "Can I get a bang bang?"
You totally. You can totally order one. You can literally order one. I ordered one. I think I ordered one last year. Only a few people will do it for you. They're gonna charge you for a double quarter. I mean, they're gonna charge you for a McDouble and a hot and spicy. They're gonna charge you for both of those, but they'll give you the McGangbang.
I just buy the two different sandwiches.
They will do it. Not no bullshit.
That's like In and Out with the animal style. If anyone's had
I
In
don't
and
know
Out,
about animal. It's not the best. It could be better.
Yeah, and then Bumpy starts getting these calls, potential spam on his phone.
I
His
hate
old
that.
boss.
You're off. Yeah, anytime
I'm pretty sure he's dead. He probably died.
He died.
He was old when I was a teenager. There's no way. He'd be like 90 something.
Surviving off the McDonald's. Involved in
Well, dudes do that, and of course, we have a woman in here, so I can't say dudes, but
his name was Nelson. So Nelson, if you're still out there and watching, cheers, man. It was awesome working with you.
He's looking down on you. Can't see any hair, but he's
I'm glad we have Nina here, though. You're a great person.
Big Mac, which is another real score you can get. It's like Big Mac sauce on a double cheeseburger, which is essentially the same as a Big Mac, but at a fraction of the cost.
Yeah.
Although they've gotten wise to that and lowered the cost of the Big Mac, which was invented in Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh.
Facts, people. Facts.
All right.
Well, I believe
You get it here.
The Flaco fish is another Pennsylvania invention for during Lent when they didn't eat beef on the weekends.
Wow.
Or on Friday. I guess they had something called the hula burger too, which was like a slice of pineapple.
Yeah, that didn't last
I
too
just
long.
missed the McRib.
The McRib.
Pineapple got me. You got me. Pineapple.
Do they have Culver's in anyone's area? It's a burger
They have
restaurant.
the butter burger.
In Florida,
Nice,
they have Culver's?
Yep,
Wow.
sure do. They have one, as far as I know
they're
of, and it's not too far away from
Georgia
here.
when I was
Where
stationed.
is it? That's valuable information.
Not far from me, probably about
Roger.
6
Well,
miles. I haven't been
guys,
there yet.
let's get the scores going, man.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna get my score.
It's really bad.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got
All
to
right,
go
we got another
moisten up the
15
soil.
minutes. Bumpy's on.
So, Bumpy, what was your thoughts? And please shout out.
My thoughts are the beer, a 94, the cheese, a 94, and like I said, the balance. It was just straight across the board. Like nothing overtook anything. They kind of just matched up. It didn't make one thing better. It didn't make one thing worse. They just kind of melded together. It was a nice mix. So why not a 94? So just 94 right across the board for it. Yeah,
Awesome.
that would kind of land it in the borderline very good, like almost kind of going to good. It's like the lower threshold of very good. So
Perfect.
on my scoring.
It sounds great. Thanks.
Yeah.
Right on. That's awesome.
Cheers.
All
Voice
right.
time.
Cheers. Cheers. Yeah, it's time to pee.
All right.
So
Dear
Brian,
man, first, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me, man. Thanks for having us,
dude.
man. Friggin' awesome. It's kind of they're not going to go together, from the standpoint of individuality. Say that twice. Individuality. The beer, Four Noses Brewing, Perfect Drift, German style Pilsner, 4.5% out of Broomfield, Colorado, here in my home state. And this is going to rate pretty high. This is going to be a 97.
Wow.
It's one of the best Pilsners I've ever had. I mean, it's other than being over in Germany and having the real stuff, this is really good. The cheese itself, the Munster cheese, the slices were very rubbery. It had a hard time melting in your mouth. It took a little while. Like you said, Steve, you had to add some spit to it to get
Yeah.
to do anything. Mixing it with the beer was like having yeast floaties in your beer. Almost the same thing. The cheese itself is going to rate probably an 87. Together, the tastes go pretty good. When you can get that cheese broken down enough to mix up with the beer itself, I'm going to give it a 94. 94.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, that's great. It's great. It's great when the cheese isn't so good, but it goes good with the cheese with the beers, so that makes it worthwhile. So
yeah, nothing overpowers each other.
Yeah, exactly. It's like making a fucking beer. I mean, you don't want to overpower it. Make it simple, make it right. So, right on. Sweet. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Oh, Flaco, what you got to say, man? What is up?
So I will go ahead and rate my cheese. I'm gonna go ahead and rate my cheese, and I'm gonna give it 100.
Nice, man.
I'm gonna give it 100 out of 100 because it's Mexican cheese, and you can put that bitch on everything. Like Frank's red hot sauce, you can put that some bitch on everything.
I agree with that.
And as far as it pairs with the Coastal Conservation Ale, you know what? I would have to say for a wheat beer, this is pretty good, man. I would go ahead and give it an 8. I'm giving it an 8, man. It meets all the criteria, man. It's fucking beautiful. It's very delicious, very refreshing, and it does go well with this beer.
That's
so
great.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it an 8 on the beer and on the cheese.
And a what on the cheese and beer mix?
Mm-hmm.
What would you?
An 8 as well. I think he was.
A beer and cheese mix score would probably be about. I'd probably give it an 8. I probably would have paired something a little bit different with this.
Nice and even. Yeah.
One, maybe like a Mexican lager or something.
There you go.
There you go.
A German lager or something, Mexican lager. It's still good. The beer is not too good.
Bowl of cheese. Sprinkle some of that cheese in your beer and see how it goes.
Goat cheese goes really well with the sour. I don't know what it is. Or saison. Yeah, the wild.
Berliner.
Food, PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon, and goat cheese.
There you go. Maybe, yeah. I mean, you never know.
I love PBR. I had PBR and goat cheese, and that's a great combination. You're right. You're 100% right on that.
The lighter the beer, the more flavor you get, and then it actually thirst quenches any saltiness or weirdness out of the cheese. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Cool. Miscellaneous.
It's ridiculously good, man. Very good.
No, thank you. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it, Flaco. You're awesome.
That cheese is an unsung hero. It shows up on some of the best tacos, the best food of that persuasion. And I didn't really know much about it until Flaco really brought it to the forefront tonight.
Yeah, no, that was great.
What's your name, Flaco? What do you call it when you're buying that cheese?
We just call it Mexican goat cheese. We just call, my kids call it stinky cheese.
Stinky cheese.
Oh shit!
He walks into the supermarket. He's like, "Where's the cheese?"
Hey, you guys keep going, man. I'm gonna pee. I can't stand it.
Go, you're we'll be waiting for
MVC.
All right.
The principal's gone.
All right. Time to fuck shit up.
The teacher's gone.
Spitballs. Who's got
Fire
the
drill,
story?
everybody hot.
Flash
Miscellaneous.
Go ahead, Drew.
All right,
You
man.
want to go ahead?
This Marzen Roush beer here. I don't know how to pronounce the name of it, but fuck, this thing off the charts, man. Flavor profile, like I said, very beechwood smoky. This beer is reminiscent of having a nice smoked Gouda cheese, man. Alone, that's by itself phenomenal, man. Scoring it 100 out of 100. I absolutely love this. Recommend it to anybody to go get. Hands down, was awesome. This is a bottle slightly over. This is a 16.9 ounce bottle. It cost me $5.49. Not too spendy. Go get it. If you can get your hands on it, try it. absolutely wonderful beer. Cheese, the Paulus Abbey beer cheese was really good of itself too. Very salty. You got some of the beer flavors coming through. Worked really. The cheese too. I really like that. I'm gonna score it a 97 because it's not a every day all the time kind of cheese. It would only go with certain things. It's not universal. I think it would probably be really good if you had like a cheeseburger and you melted that on there or something, man. Jesus. But together, it was a home run, man, and I'm gonna score it 100 on the pairing because the smokiness that was absent in the cheese was brought out with the beer, and it was absolutely phenomenal, mind blowing.
Oh hell yeah, dude! I love the sounds of that. 100.
Yeah.
The cheese got a 97 because it's not like your everyday average cheese. I mean, it was a little pricey, but it was good. I'm
Good.
Ecstatic and happy camper. I had to put the cheese away because I was eating too much of it. I didn't want to go bumpy mode on that shit.
Oh, wait.
I'm gonna eat this.
Paul
I'm
Minifru,
scared.
if you're watching, I know you'll watch. I still have half the cheese left.
Yeah, until we end this, and then he's gonna go savage on that thing.
Oh, late night snacking, come on! But I didn't eat it all right now. Normally, I eat the whole damn thing in an hour. So.
Haven't seen him.
Oh, okay. That's good, man. No, 100, man. Hell yeah, I like those numbers, dude. You didn't eat it all, Bumpy?
Just
No, I keep looking down at my gut.
He does.
Like, damn, how am I gonna? If I keep doing this, my gut's never gonna go away. But then I look, I have to cut back on beer too.
He's got the moist poops, baby.
Oh,
The
man.
moist stuff. I got the moist belly button.
Oh man,
I feel like a big mouse eating all this.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like watching someone take a poop.
Rat.
Okay.
so what you got, Nina?
Here in the Rat Pack, let's see, what do I have going tonight? My house cheese, my sharp cheddar house cheese. I'm gonna give it a solid 96. This is a great thing. What they did is perfect. Many uses. Put it on a baked potato. Put it on French fries. Put it on a pretzel. Put it on a burger. Do what you got to do. Get some cheese in you. You could be satisfied with this one. There's nothing wrong with that. Like somebody said earlier, serve it at a fair. You know what I mean? Sell that on French fries. Everyone's happy. Ham's beer, same difference. Sell it anywhere. You're happy. Serve it at a ball game.
There you go.
Drink it all day. You're living the life. Ham's beer, an American treat. Land of the sky blue waters. Could I don't know. It's a satisfying beer. Great price. 24 of these suckers for $12. Fuck. Yep. If you haven't gotten it yet, go out and look for it. If you can't find it, you're not looking hard enough. You should ask around because it should be in your area. This is like a social worker. This is like a hard working American. This is the Dunkin' Donuts of affordable beers right now. I can't think of anything negative to say about the Ham's beer. Get out there and try it if you haven't already. If you don't like it, let me know what you don't like about it. And
send the rest to Nina.
Too salty. Too salty.
Salty.
Echt schlechter Lauraubier.
It is pretty funny that you gave a liquid cheese a solid score though.
I'll give my hams a 98. A 98 because
Who would give liquid cheese a solid
that's what I gave Budweiser. And I gave Budweiser a fraction higher. I gave Budweiser a 99. Hams can only sit at a 98. I think that's fair on my rating scale. I've yet to announce what my 100 score would be because I don't think there's perfect in this world. You do the best you can, and 98 is perfect.
That's why you don't get a lot of perfect. When you do a score of perfect, it better be fucking good.
Yeah.
And I'm talking Ham's beer.
Yeah, and some of them are so good though. You have to,
You need to try this one.
I'm gonna have to. I'll try some hams. I'll look it up. I know we have it in our aisle. It's got to be there. So that's great. Awesome,
Nina,
Nina.
you
Thank you
see
so
what I'm
much.
drinking?
What do you got? Nightlight,
Oh shit, I've never heard of that. What
craft
the-
lager. What's that? Is that a Miller's product?
This is a light American lager by Craft Brewery.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Huh.
What's the
Right.
light beer mean?
Well, it's my turn. Fuck. So my cheese was good. I thought it was great. I like a brie cheese.
Ooh, you did a trip
I-
out.
This one was more nuttier. It was actually it had almonds on the picture. It has an almond nuttiness too. So maybe that's why they have almonds on it. But it had a very nutty flavor. It's very, when you get past when you get past the mold though, it's very buttery and nice. And when you get that into your mouth and it mushes around and you drink that lemon citrus with it, it's amazing. It's real milky and like yogurt like, and like it really, I don't know, I like yogurt. So the cheese alone is what are you eating, dude?
Not
Oh, nuts. All right, cool. All right. So
What else would Bumpy put in his mouth?
the cheese is definitely a fuck, you said
Besides
not
cheese.
to go 100, but I'm saying, like, seriously, it's really good. One of my favorite types of cheese. I'm gonna give it 100. It's amazing. So
Wow.
the beer was within standards. I think personally, I think it was, and it actually caught my eye. Also, it made me like I like it. I mean, when I like something and it's within style, I'll be mean but nice. Let's go 95, and I'm gonna go all the way around. We're gonna go 95 with it all. So
Wow.
we're just gonna balance it out. Not a bad mix. So,
Nice.
I don't know. What are you supposed to do when sometimes there's a beer that's 100, but you don't know if you should do 100.
There's always a beer that's gonna be better than it.
Right.
Yeah,
Never go 100.
the way I do it is based off of what you've had. If it's the best
Okay.
beer you've ever had, why not
Right.
give it why not give it 100? If it's something that really blows your mind and you haven't had anything better, like what I run into a lot is it's like, oh, I've had better, and there's no way I'm going to score this 100, even though it's an excellent beer.
Right. Well, you've had this though, right? I mean, you had this, and
Yeah,
what did you
I had
think
that.
on that level? What did you think on a number with that? Just
Yeah,
curious.
it was probably
90, 95? Or?
90. I'd be probably about 93, 94 on it.
Okay.
It was, like I said, it was kind of like where I was going when I built my my Kobe 19. That's kind of what I wanted it to be because it had the lemon. It had the lemon notes. So that's why, like when I built mine, I chose the Sriracha Ace because I wanted the lemon notes to come through.
Right. Right.
And
Exactly.
it did have that kind of bready type malt flavor to it as well. So it was nice.
That's good though. No, that's
I've had that one on tap. I've had that one on tap, bro. I think that they're on the same score as you gave it, man. I had it on tap and I gave it the same score you gave it.
Nice. Yeah, it's within that range.
It's
92.
It's not a perfect.
I don't know.
No, I've definitely had better Kolsch. I've had better Kolsch.
Oh yeah,
than that one,
Texas.
No, yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
But oh man, this has been a great. It went almost 20 minutes over, but it was fun. I really enjoyed you guys. I hope this continues. I hope we have a big panel like this all the time, and even more so. If anyone wants to come up, let me know. I'll shoot the link out there, and you can come up, have your cheese beer, and review it. So, thank you, chat. Love you so much, you guys. My community, everyone's community.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing your people here and just great people. Yeah. So awesome. Love you. I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Cheers, guys. Thank you again.
Appreciate your beer, guys.
Cheers.
Salute.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.